Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out Space Seed, the 23rd episode of Star Trek the original series, and I'm only watching one episode today. Usually I watch 2 episodes, but Space Seed I think is sort of such an important episode and a very, probably the most requested episode, so I thought I would give it its own video just due to the popularity of the episode alone. I'm really excited for this episode because Khan is going to be in this. This is the first time we see Khan, and then the next time we see him is in Star Trek 2. I loved him in Star Trek 2. He is such a good villain. He's super intimidating, very intelligent, and I'm really excited to see how that translates over to this show. I wonder if he's basically the same character in Star Trek 2 and in this movie and in this show as well. So I'm really excited to just see him, see his Goonies, see his plan, and kind of see how he ends up on that planet before we get into Star Trek 2. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So let me turn on the light, we decide what color it should be. Boop! Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so today I'm actually gonna go like a yellowy orange color for Khan. I don't know why, I just kind of associate Khan and the concept of Khan as a character with the color like yellow, orange, beige sort of stuff. So I'm gonna be going that color today. I don't really know why, I don't even know if it's gonna fit with the episode, but that's the color I'm gonna go. And if you'd like to watch more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon for uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. Thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the reaction. Okay, let's get into the episode. I hope you enjoy my reaction to Star Trek the original series, episode 23, Space Seed.
Coming up on it fast.
Man, Sulu isn't there again.
Captain, that's the old Morse code call signal.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
He's like, I know.
DQ.
We're reading it, Lieutenant. Earth weakness alert. There it is.
Oh, look at that. Oh, the music is good too.
A 100 class to be exact.
Oh, right, because Khan's people were made in like the 90s or something like that.
Vessel was built centuries ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the 1990s.
That's what I said. I'm a genius. I remember stuff. That looks pretty cool.
Space, the final frontier.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Do, 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 do. Space Seed.
Very faint, very slow. Seems to be coming from about 60 or 70 bodies as near as I can make.
60 or 70? That's quite a bit.
However, scanners make out a name. SS Botany Bay.
Then you can...
Botany Bay, baby.
The era of your last so-called World War.
Imagine watching this in the 60s and being like, oh man, are we gonna have a war in the 90s?
Care to join the landing party, Doctor?
Well, if you're actually giving me a choice,
I'm not.
I'm not, oh my god.
Lieutenant MacGyver.
Is this the art of 20th century Earth? What's her role on this ship?
Away.
And that's not 20th century. The Romans were not 20th century.
Complete oxygen atmosphere. Very interesting. You ready, Bo?
Maybe she's just a historian in general.
You're an old-fashioned boy, McCoy. Where's that historian?
Okay, yeah. She's a historian. Whoa, what the heck? Those outfits are kind of cool. It almost looks like they came back from a strip club or something and then went into cryo sleep.
In space travel until about the year 2018. It took years just to travel from one place.
2018, we're even past that point. Wow.
Jim, have a new reading. The lights must have triggered some mechanism.
Captain, look here.
Are they waking up?
We've triggered something, all right. The heartbeat's increasing. Now passing 8 beats per minute.
I don't know. He looks super young if that is.
The leader. Lieutenant.
She's just too infatuated by how good looking he is.
30, dropping fast. The heart flutter. He's dying.
Do something.
No! Open it and save him. Oh wow, that's pretty weak glass actually. He barely tapped that. It's not the most comfortable looking of slates though. They at least have a pillow or something, you know? Oh, you forgot how to talk, Khan? I love the music. The music in this episode is super big, but it's kind of daunting at the same time. Like, we don't really know why yet, unless you've seen Star Trek 2, obviously. But still, it's really interesting.
Negative, Captain. It appears they were in suspended animation when the ship took off.
How many?
Oh, interesting.
It was 10,000 to 1 against their making it to another star system.
Really?
Why no record of the trip?
Yeah, that is true. They were kept secret.
Whole populations were being bombed out of existence.
That's actually
group
crazy.
Could have been dealt with far more efficient.
I want to learn more about the past of Star Trek now.
Irritation.
Yeah.
I'm not capable of that emotion.
Yeah, you are. Come on. He's looking pretty stable to me.
That'll be all.
I don't know. I can't really read that, but I'm assuming he's looking pretty stable.
I'd estimate he could lift us both with one arm. Be interesting to see if his brain matches his body.
Oh, his brain matches his body all right. It's buff.
And the fact that you find a man strangely compelling to you personally.
Not personally.
No. Historically, yeah.
Pity you wasted your life on command, Jim. You'd have made a fair psychologist.
Only fair. Oh, he's up. He's up. He's like, whoa, I didn't know pillows were so comfortable. I should have had those on the ship. Whoa. You can tell he's smart because he's doing those type of stretches instead of just like the types of stretches, you know? Don't get stabbed, please. Don't get stabbed. Oh my god, close.
Well, either choke me or cut my throat. Make up your mind. Effective if you would cut the carotid artery just under the left ear.
He's like, okay, now I know you're a doctor.
I had been sleeping for 2 centuries.
Yeah, you did hear that correctly. I love the pulsing music as well.
The Starship Enterprise.
I see.
And you are?
My people?
72 of your life support canisters are still functioning.
He's like, that's good news.
Khan is my name.
Yeah, that's his name, baby.
Can't, nothing else.
Nope, that's all you need. That's all you need.
I find myself growing fatigued, Doctor.
I like how dramatic he is.
The nature of your expedition.
Jim, a little later might be better.
Wow, no, he's just faking this.
The technical manuals on your vessel.
No, look, he's trying to learn how to get the ship under his control, basically.
Thank you, Captain. You're very cooperative.
There's something so fishy about him, isn't there? Just the way everything's framed with like the close-ups that are a little bit too close, you know? And the music, like that pulse, doom. Yeah, you know what? He's a little suspicious.
A group of these young supermen did seize power simultaneously in over 40 nations.
40 nations.
Superior ability breeds superior ambition.
Oh, yeah, that's true, probably.
80 or 90 of these young supermen unaccounted for when they were...
That would make sense, then they're in the ship. I want to know how they were defeated. I want to see what this universe's 1990s was like, because this war seems super interesting.
They have one luxury not mentioned in the manuals.
I don't understand.
A beautiful woman.
What?
And why do you wear your hair in such an uncomplimentary fashion?
What? I like her hair. I'd be like, dude, stop, I don't know you.
Natural. Simple.
He's a little creepy, isn't he?
Please remember.
But that looks uglier. That looks way uglier. Don't ever let Khan style your hair.
Just do it again.
See what I'm talking about? There's these really uncomfortably close-ups, and then the music is really, like, unnerving. It's a really good way to show that you shouldn't trust him.
Her preoccupation with the past.
Thank you.
Ooh, I quite like his outfit. I like that he's just always showing his chest. I mean, you may as well. He's so buff.
Fine technique.
It's a gladiator named
And her hair's down now, too. Wow. One of Khan's first things he wanted to do after coming out of cryo sleep was just make it out with a lady. You know, this is for science, you know? You need to see how a person from the 1990s would kiss. It's for science.
or an attempt to unify humanity.
Unify, sir.
You don't want to unify humanity?
You let your second in command attack. You sit and watch for weakness.
Oh.
This is a social occasion.
Why is this so stressful?
It has been said that social.
Why do those cups look like Starbucks cups? You know, they look like the white cups you get and then the brown cup things that stop you from burning your hands. It was a bad.
Kind needed courage.
We offered the world order.
Oh, you slipped there.
With your permission, Captain, I will return to my quarters.
He's like, I didn't say you had my permission.
No mystery to me. I know exactly who you are.
Who?
I don't know if you're going to like living in our time.
Oh my god.
Then I'll have...
She's okay with him being like this tyrant from the past. What's his game with her? What the heck? Oh. Oh no, what's happening? Don't break her arm or her wrist.
I intend to take this ship.
Oh, Zooey.
You question me?
No.
Will you assist me?
Oh, please, Con, don't ask me.
Leave.
Oh my god. Well, now you can go tell the
Go,
captain.
I say.
Now you can go tell the captain that he hurt you.
No.
Oh my god, woman.
Do anything you ask.
It's because she's like scared of him now, basically, you know? He's manipulated her into being scared so she'll do anything for him.
6, absolute ruler of more than a quarter of your world. From
Quarter?
Have a streak of barbarism in us. Appalling, but there, nevertheless.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
We can be against him and admire him, all at the same time.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's possible.
Locked from outside, a guard posted.
Unusual treatment for Khan Noonien Singh.
Oh, you figured me out.
New life, a chance to build the world. Other things I doubt you would understand.
Are they trying to save those other tyrants because they were being overthrown?
Technical advancement, but how little man himself has changed.
Wow, you know what? Give him a slap.
Thank you. They've all been answered.
Ha! Just know that he beats you twice. I'm assuming he beats you in this episode, and I know he beats you in Star Trek 2. He beats you twice, Khan. What the heck? Does he gain strength from doing that? Oh wow, that guy flew. Wow, that's kind of a cool move. He should teach me that.
I'll throw it.
I'm gonna be honest, their stretches don't bring superhumans to mind.
Security here. Khan's escaped.
Sound security alert.
Why was he so nonchalant about it? Khan's escapes.
Mary. Scotty, the bridge. Captain!
Oh my god. They're all here.
I have shut off the life support system to your bridge.
What?
Negotiate.
How much time do you have left in the bridge then?
Mr. Khan was very thorough in his study of our tech manuals.
Never let someone study your tech manuals.
Quite thin by now. You surrender the bridge.
Negative.
You have to or you're gonna die. Oh god. He's so good. Khan's so good.
Only moments of air left on the bridge now.
No, Uhura.
I take full.
Oh no.
Except man. Your technical accomplishments?
Oh, she's here now.
Double productivity. But improve man.
So they're just trying to knock everyone unconscious.
Engage the viewing screen, please.
She's not gonna listen to you. Oh, no. You gonna get punched for that one, buddy.
I'm sure you recognize your medical decompression chamber here, Doctor.
Oh, God.
Your captain will die.
Oh, God. When it gets to 0, he's gonna die?
If you join me, Mr. Spock, I will save his life.
Okay, well, join him then. It's a logical choice.
Die while the others watch.
Jesus, Khan. Jeez, Khan.
So useless!
Oh, God. god.
We've lost the channel.
What? How? What happened? Or what did you do? Did you do something?
Take Mr. Spock next.
No, not Spock. No, if everyone joined him, then maybe you could try and overthrow him together, secretly. Oh.
Khan said to watch him very closely. He made
good for you. Imagine if that didn't work. He's like, why'd you do that? Checks are in there too. Why wouldn't you just shoot? Oh, thank you, Spock. Thank God. Why wouldn't you just shoot him, Kirk?
Gas all decks, but this one.
Gas all decks.
McPherson! Anyone report status?
Seems like things aren't going your way. Scotty just went boom and then ran out of there so fast. Oh yes, the face-off of the century.
Clear first. Spock out.
Oh no. Oh no.
Sun within minutes.
Okay, but you're gonna die too. Oh, nice dodge. But you didn't think of that one, intelligent man, Khan. What the heck? How does Kirk know WWE?
I have 5 times your strength.
Well then use it, punk. And he has stopped the overload. And stopped Khan?
I wish my next decisions were no more difficult.
Yeah, where's he gonna put these people?
People. What a waste.
And her too, huh?
And what do I do about MacGyvers?
Record tapes.
Keep MacGyvers with him. The traitor. The historian. You make her history.
I declare all charges and specifications in this matter have been dropped.
What?
Mr. Spock, I believe our heading takes us near the Ceti Alpha star system.
Quite correct.
Oh, they're gonna drop them off on the planet.
Can you tame a world?
Have you ever read Milton, Captain?
I understand.
He's like, I actually have never read it.
Given a choice of court-martial or accompanying them there.
Ah, court-martial, court-martial.
I'll go with him, sir.
Oh my god.
Win an empire to build.
Okay, so it kind of ended well for him too, although the planet is a little bit more inhospitable than you think.
It is better to rule in hell than serve in heaven.
Huh.
Interesting.
Be interesting, Captain, to return to that world in 100 years.
Hey, we are returning to it.
It would indeed.
And we do for in Star Trek 2. Ah, that was Space Seed. That was a good episode. And that was my reaction to Space Seed, the 23rd episode of Star Trek, the original series. And that was a really, really good episode. Although after watching that episode, I still don't feel like it's necessary to watch Space Seed before watching The Wrath of Khan, because in The Wrath of Khan you get their backstory told to you again. It's very accessible for audiences. I know when I watched it, you can watch my reaction on my channel, but I know when I watched it, I wasn't really confused about who he was at any point in time, but I am still really glad that I watched this episode because it was a very good episode. I don't necessarily think it was my favorite. I still think Balance of Terror was my favorite. That one was so good. But Space Seed, probably my second favorite. It was really well written. Khan was a really well written villain. I loved how intelligent he was. He would make references, like smart people references. He'd reference like literature or something and you'd be like, oh, he's smart. He knows literature. But he was really good. I think his name's Ricardo. I forget his last name, but what an amazing actor and what a great choice to play this character as well. He has like zero inflection in his voice. He's almost like a Vulcan in terms of that. He's very unemotional at times. He can get emotional. His voice does rise and fall, but a lot of the times it's very static. It's very one-toned, and it kind of brings out this intelligence in him. I loved his outfits as well, how he's always showing his chest. It's so weird, but at the same time, like, he is very buff, so I would imagine I would want to do the same. If I was like some really buff guy with incredible pecs and stuff like that, I would probably want to have a nice V neck here that goes all the way down to my belly button so everyone could just see that I got these pecs and these abs. And that's what his clothing did, which was really funny. Something that I also noticed about this episode, which I noticed in also some other of these Star Trek episodes, is that they always like to end on a very hopeful note, which is really interesting and I think very nice in general. Hopeful note for not just our protagonists, but also the villains of the episodes, or just the people who are standing in the way, the blockades of the episodes, if you will, because sometimes people aren't necessarily villains in Star Trek. Khan, I would say, is kind of a villain. I know he wants to like help his people and stuff, which is good. You know, you want people to help their own people and stuff, but he is a tyrant from the past, and his main goal of conquering the Enterprise, well, first of all, he was going to kill everyone on the Enterprise, which is pretty bad, but then he wanted to go to another world and conquer another world, almost like in terms of like enslave another world. So he's pretty villainous in my opinion. So I thought it was interesting that at the end, if you haven't seen Star Trek 2, you don't really know how inhospitable this planet that they are going to is, because in Star Trek 2 they go to the planet, there is not really a civilization there. They have not managed to build an empire or a civilization. They are still living in this like rickety old ship trying to scavenge for their survival and stuff like that. You know, things aren't going incredible, you know, things aren't amazing like the show maybe makes you think. But in the 1960s, in 1967, when this episode came out, February 15th apparently 1967, you wouldn't know what the world is going to be like because Star Trek 2 is still like 20 years away, you know what I mean? So it kind of leaves you on this hope, like they said this world is pretty harsh and that the people on the planet or the animals on the planet are very, very harsh to live with, but there's still that hope that these people could kind of conquer the world, or hope for these people, I guess, that these people could live well, maybe eventually conquer, create an empire like they wanted to. And Khan is even excited that he can do that. He's like, this is what I wanted. I wanted to try and build an empire. Now I get to try and build it from scratch, basically. So it's hopeful for him, which is very interesting considering that he is a fairly villainous person and he didn't really do any nice things in this movie or had any super redeeming qualities in this movie in terms of being more of a good person. He had good things that he sort of did, like trying to help his crew and stuff, which is obviously great, fantastic, whatever, but he did a lot of really bad things. So it's just interesting that they gave him something redeeming, even though after watching The Wrath of Khan, the second Star Trek movie, you know that it's not actually as good as a bargain as it seemed to begin with. But they also did this in another episode in the Menagerie Parts 1 and Parts 2. The villains of that episode, actually more like blockades in that episode, maybe antagonists, but with other good qualities about them, or a good, at least, motivation to the bad things that they were doing. They also got their way at the end of the episode. So it's just interesting that in Star Trek, a lot of the antagonists or the people who are stopping, or the opposing forces, I guess, of the episodes sometimes, and a lot of the times, will get something good at the end as well. It's just very interesting that I've noticed from these Star Trek episodes, but I think I quite like it. The music in this episode as well by Alexander Courage was amazing. The start of the episode, the music was so good. It was very intimidating, but I really liked whenever we saw Khan, how the music became this, like, the pulsing sound is used a lot in the Star Trek episodes, and almost every episode you have that boom, boom, you know, like the pulsing, almost like heartbeat sound, and I really like that music. It's super intimidating, but just along with the camera work in this episode, which is also fairly well done. Whenever we talked to Khan, especially at the start, before we knew exactly who Khan was, it was always like these really intense close-ups, like these overly close close-ups, and it was very like unnerving because you're like, why am I so close to his face? Why am I so close to Kirk's face? Why am I so close to the historian's face, you know? And it just made you feel a little uneasy. And then along with this pulsing music, it just created this like kind of disturbing effect that made you not trust Khan. And I thought it was a really good way to visually and audibly show that Khan was distrustful without actually telling the audience that he's distrustful. Yeah, so overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I want to learn more about the past now, especially like that Third World War. It sounds intense in the 90s in the Star Trek universe, so I would love to learn more about that. They should make like a show about that or something, even though it wouldn't really be super Star Trek-y because there would be no space travel or anything really, but at the same time it would be really interesting because I am very intrigued by the past of the Star Trek universe now. Anyways, that is my reaction and review to Space Seed. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. I love this episode. I have loved almost every episode of the original series so far, and I'm really excited to get back to 2 episodes a week starting next week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next Star Trek the original series reaction.